Sheesh, the fog is ridiculous out here. How does an arid desert wind up covered in pea soup fog?
It's not fog, it's pollution. You're in a heavy industrial zone. According to those guys we pulled off those barges, this is a major manufacturing center for Oligopolmart's interests here on planet Dodson.
So what, it's like this all the time? It frickin' sucks out here.
Well, I'm sure it's not like this all the time. I mean, sometimes it probably rains acid, or maybe a sinkhole opens up in the ground and swallows up a factory, I don't know.
So undereducated environmental analysis aside, yes, what is the plan here? Do we fire lasers into the clouds until there is nothing but death and fire?
No. And Peyton, we went over this before you got on scene. The guys on the barge got us in touch with someone who's been working here. Hang on, let me patch him through.
Oligopolmart Comm Officer 413-67 reporting for duty.
This one sounds familiar. Yes.
Well, if it isn't my favorite fantasy sports team, the Dodson Planet Moon Skiers. How well is the tour going, by the way, guys?
Oh, you're that comms guy on the moon. You're helping us?
That's affirmative. Comms officer, whatever, has had enough of this gig and is going to be setting nav points for you guys to hit one at a time. We should be able to wipe out the core of this facility that way, all without having sensitive equipment near enough to ping their sensors.
On the contrary, Regal Lance, despite what your commander would have you believe, you do have sensitive radar equipment. You have our sensitive radar equipment. And just so you know, you look like a big old Christmas tree on the boards. Or like one of those bed and breakfasts that has way too much advertising budget. Oh, maybe if you keep going, we can upgrade you to the subtlety of a freight train!
Well, that is okay, Mr. Oligopolmart's slave. Yes, because our close combat capabilities compete with the raw power of the bed and breakfast or the freight train.
Peyton means we hit like a freight train. Or like if you dropped a bed and breakfast on someone, I guess.
We put the enemy to sleep like the coziness of the bed and breakfast. Yes.
Ah, I think I'm seeing the creative minds behind the moon skier cover here.
I didn't ever really think you fell for it. But how come you didn't take it more seriously whenever we showed up? Were you a sympathizer for us or something?
Oh, well, that isn't the term I would use. It's the wrong kind of branding, I think. It gives the wrong impression.
Regal Lance, that Swiftwind is the comms officer. Make sure he doesn't get stepped on.
I prefer to think of it as, an outside-the-box critique of the workplace.
I'm not sure I get what you mean.
The workplace needs to be burned down.
Oh, you are a very excellent critic for Oligopolmart. Yes, I approve of your very direct analysis. More should think like you. Yes, you must spread your thoughts. So are you joining up with us after this?
Defecting? To the enemy? Seriously?
I can't really tell if you're maintaining an act or being serious about this.
Okay, let's get a couple things straight. First off, the amount of pollution this place produces is unreal. It's the backwater post managed by just about everybody who has a bad track record in workplace safety, and the factory is focused on producing as much as possible at any costs. Really, it's designed to be the dustbin everybody who gets swept under the rug ends up in, and the higher-ups are just going to run it into the ground until either the enemy blows it up or everyone dies from carbon monoxide poisoning.
Jordan, if the enemy insists on being the enemy, I will not take orders from the enemy. Yes.
Just focus on your mission and let the comms officer's reasons be their own, Peyton. It's a benefit to us, and from the sounds of it, to the people posted here as well.
As officers, we are responsible for our own areas of improvement. They even have this little monthly form we fill out and everything. So, I want to focus on improvement by demonstrating how much of a security risk it is to have a disgruntled officer in charge of the security. Ever since the moon, I've been shuffled to worse and worse positions, mostly out of corporate negligence. I mean, thankfully you've been along to blow a couple of them up, but that silver lining never seems to last. Plus, destroying this place sooner will force some of the lazy slobs working the supply chain to shift gears for once. Works a bit of the flab off and forces them to think of a real solution to our logistical problems. And then there's the fact you guys benefit greatly in the short term, giving you another advantage to keep doing whatever it is you do. Everyone wins. Well, except for some of the staff, but they'll be dead and I don't care for them anyway.
Boy, there's a lot more firepower out here than I was hoping for. But you know, we're not out to get any civilians.
Oh, trust me, it's not the civilian staff I don't care for. 67, it seems like the enemy is in the base. I find it awfully suspicious we were not notified of this fact. No, yeah. That must have happened while I was on my bathroom break. Tell me, 67, did you not start your bathroom break an hour and a half ago? Don't worry about it, boss. I saved up a couple bathroom breaks. I'm fairly certain that's against regulations, 67. I haven't been given a list of the postings regulations yet, sir. If I'm forced to operate under my own assumptions of protocol, it's the corporation's fault for being inconsistent and not communicating with its workforce properly. You raise a fair point. The counterpoint is, there are enemies in the base. Be a dear and get an alarm running for that, would you? I'd love to, but I'm still on break. Can't work while on break. You know the rules. Oh, yes, of course. Wait, no, that would be in the regulations! How would you know that if you haven't received the official posting regulations yet? I am forced to operate under my own assumptions and protocols, sir. Oh, okay, fair enough. Do sound the alarm after your break then, won't you? 15 more minutes, sir. Very good then, 67. Now, I do believe it's my round for golf. Must be going now. Ta-ta!
Comms officer, I feel like I shouldn't have to ask, but we've had trouble in the past. Can they hear our communications on this line?
No, don't worry about that. That's one-way audio.
That guy is playing golf out here?
Oh, golf is his favorite euphemism. Stands for General Ordnance and Laser Firing, meaning he's taking a big, expensive assault mech and probably dumping millions of space monies of ammunition into a field somewhere with his buddies. One of his favorite ways to pass the time, really.
If you're getting communications from a ways out, does that mean they've made us?
I knew it! Yes! I knew you could not be trusted!
Oh, I have everything on lockdown. It's just that's Triple Volt leader, head of personnel management, and leader of his own lance, mainly for his own kicks and giggles. Remind me to send you both the budget and the pilot turnover rate for that lance. They're hilarious in kind of a depressing way. Anyway, if he ever calls, I have to pick up. Otherwise, well, we might become the next hole for golf.
Fool! Yes. Bring your champion to me. I will slay him. No. I don't think we need your champion to be here. He's good wherever he's at. I think that this timid behavior is always the problem for us. Yes. We must strike with initiative. Yes. Bring down the enemy's strongest warriors.
Well, if you think, attacking the manufacturing facilities is attacking their strongest warriors in a way, because now they won't have as much ammo, so it's like winning with trickery.
But it is not as good, yes? Because then how are they to know that Peyton was the one who smote them? You could always start a blog. I suppose I could. Yes.
No. Wriggle Lance, you are forbidden from starting an online blog about our military operations. And shame on you, Ray, for even suggesting it. The last thing we need is for Peyton to be our PR rep. Everyone will think we're crazy.
Yeah, wouldn't want that, would we?
I think the best thing to do is just take advantage of this Triple Volt guy's apparent flakiness and roll with it.
But if there's one thing he likes, it is his robots. And if he suspects the base is under attack, we're going to be seeing a bit of inbound contacts.
Well, we got 2 down, just 1 more to go. Oops, and good thing too, because I'm in the red.
Wriggle Lance, try to reverse formation. Ray, you take trail. Wriggle 2 and 3, you take lead.
Roger.
If you get a move on, we should be able to wrap this up.
We are going as quickly as we can, Oligopol slave. Yes.
Okay, now Peyton, this is why I forbade blogging. Because you're gonna go around calling everybody Oligopolmart slaves, when the fact is we're all kind of slaves in it together. That's the impression we want to make, okay?
The shame of being the Oligopolmart slave will cause them to raise arms in favor of our cause. Yes.
That is not how psychology works. If you say, hey, you guys are idiots because you do a thing or you're involved in a group, they don't stop and think to themselves, hey, you know what? I might actually be an idiot. No, they get defensive and they defend themselves from you because you are attacking them.
Really? Whenever someone calls me names, I always get really down on myself.
Well, still, that's not a productive result. We don't want our supporters to feel sad about themselves.
Why not? Yes. They feel badly about themselves, then they make the life change, then they join the Dotson military. Yes. We're at the last target. There's a couple units around here, but I think we'll be good to go soon. These searchlights stand way out. Anyway, though, I've got to agree with Jordan. I feel like if we're gonna tell people it's morally reprehensible to not be on our team, then we're forming like an ideological thing.
Well, we need to include some moral rhetoric, or otherwise Oligopolmart will just keep blasting us there.
We really should start reaching out to people, though.
Well, we do. Or we try. We have supporters. Most of them get lambasted in the media, but I send them money when I can. A lot of times, Oligopolmart's actions speak louder than any words, though. Our issue hasn't really been trying to gain support. We have that. People are mad. Our issue has been trying to stay relevant. We need people to feel like there's still legitimacy to the Dodson throne, as opposed to being one of 1,000 rebel factions all competing for a voice.
Uh-oh. Looks like we stumbled into an assault bot. It's pretty heavy.
Keep your distance if you've taken a beating. What are you fighting?
An awesome, it looks like? So it is either very powerful, or it loves pizza. Yes. Well, he's very exploded now. He went into emergency shutdown and we got him.
An awesome is actually a really versatile standalone bot. It's a shame we don't have one of those. It's like your Mauler, Ray, but with a more fearsome reputation and all energy weapons.
Apparently not so great in the desert, though. He overheated and went into emergency shutdown. Anyway, we're at our last target, blasting away.
Good work, Regal Lance. Once you got that taken care of, make a beeline out of the area.
Levels critical.
Alright, that's all 3 of them down. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go put in an application for a transfer.
Thanks for your assistance, comms officer. Anyway, guys, this is a big deal. We're not gonna feel it right away, but this was a huge manufacturing center. Over time, Oligopolmart is gonna feel this wound sucking air. Planet Riley's in their own fight, and now Oligopolmart is being stretched between us and them. If we can prevent them from regaining their composure, we might be able to turn this around.
So we're really getting ourselves established now, huh?
Slowly but surely, we've stopped running. Pretty soon, we might be able to press out and take some territory.
Good, yes. I was finding the running to be boring.
Get on back to base, Regal Lance. We'll discuss our next steps when you come home.